fusion artists.
You see, that was Andy Soiker's genius, because he was plugged into that. He knew there was an audience for us. If we produced the right kind of thing that he could then, send to the people who were into jazz funk. So Love Meeting Love, was kind of perfect because it was picked up by the kind of, Robbie Vincent and Chris Hill and all those guys. And, we started getting invited to do PAs and at all-day events and go to Caster and stuff like that. And that was that whole, underground jazz funk thing, who sort of took us under their wing and became our first audience in the UK. So that was really Andy's connection.
But talk about timing, right place, right time. There was a scene that we just plugged straight into. We did we put out Love Meeting Love, and then immediately we're doing Hammersmith Palais with multi-bands, with Shack Attack and Morrissey Mullen and all this sort of stuff. We didn't have to work at it, we had to work hard in the sense of playing the gigs and learning how to do that, but there was an audience. It was walked into it,
That's amazing. I thought you were part of this kind of whole scene, but I guess you were kind of isolated and invited in. It was, as you said, right place, right time. I do also want to rewind to Robin Scott, because when you did work with Robin Scott, who of pop music M fame, you met someone very special who became your fifth member. Can you tell us about that?
I just mentioned, as I spoke to Robin 2 days ago, he's had an incredible viral TikTok thing going on. I don't know if you follow TikTok. Apparently pop music has 600 million views on TikTok. And everybody's dancing to it. It's a fantastic dance group, did a dance and everybody's copying it. So Robin, I met Wally on that. I met Wally doing some TV shows. Wally Batteroo. We had a wonderful night with Wally. Colleen had an amazing conversation with Wally. And it was absolutely incredible to meet him. And he was he was only 2 years older than me, but he's always seemed like an incredible grown-up compared to me. In fact, all of us, he was like the grown-up, But he was so talented, and we got on board. And again, Robin, I was penniless. We were penniless. We never broke. So in order to do Love Me Till Love, that session, I borrowed the money off Robin to fly Wally over for that session. Otherwise, there was no money to get Wally on that track, And Mike wasn't too happy about it, because it was like, what's his keyboard player doing?
Yes, that's exactly my first reaction. It's like, why is Phil getting another keyboard player? Like, hello? And then what Phil said to me, was the phrase that I remember Phil using. He said, but the thing is, Wally's a sound merchant. And because Phil had the whole experience of doing the M album with Wally and seeing him work and seeing him sort of come up with these amazing synth sounds, because I didn't know much about synthesizers or programming, but Wally did. And once I saw him in action, I thought, that's why. And Wally added to our sound, and then we very quickly found that we kind of complemented each other, and we weren't stepping on each other's toes at all, because what I would come up with, he'd come up with something from like over there, and I'd come up from over here. And as Wally said at the Echoes thing, he was kind of like, I was the sort of Chick Corea, and he was the sort of Herbie Hancock kind of.
Yeah, I love that vibe.